What's up, world? It's Shane McIntyre from TD Marketing Solutions. Today, we're going to talk about email nurture campaigns. If you're watching this on an IG story, swipe up and the link will take you to the IGTV full video. If you're watching this on Instagram, go to Shane M. McIntyre, SHANEM McIntyre, just like it's here on the screen, and you can click on the IGTV link in the bio. This will also be up on TD Marketing Solutions. You can click the IG link in the bio. All other platforms, you should be able to see the video in its entirety. But today we're going to talk about email nurture campaigns. Email is absolutely still effective. I'm going to give you some examples here in the video. But one of the things with email marketing is success or failure with email marketing really depends on how engaged your audience is, number one, and number two, being able to segment the messaging to the audience based on a number of factors. And that can be everything from whether or not they click on a link within the email, if they open up an email, if they don't open an email. All those things can help you kind of create your buckets just within the context of your email system. And then on the second layer to that is going to be within the context of your CRM or whatever you're tracking, your sales pipeline. You can certainly create different buckets for that. So if you have current existing customers, they're going to get very different emails than somebody that might have just expressed a passing interest in your product. So I'm going to give an example here. I hate, one of the things I hate more than anything else on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube is we get these quote unquote digital marketing guys. Usually they're got a selfie stick in front of their Ferrari that they rented for the day. And they want to talk to you about how you can grow your business and make millions of dollars and work from the beach and have passive income. And maybe, the 0.001% of people actually do that. The rest of us have to put the work in, and we have to, just work every day on building the brand and building the technology and the creative and the content and everything associated with it. But, specific to email marketing, we want to show examples and show how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up a platform here. This was a behavioral health platform that we worked on for several months. And you're going to notice here, this is in MailChimp. We've used MailChimp, Infusionsoft, Amazon, AWS, you name it, we've used it. MailChimp's a very simple, easy to set up platform and gives us a lot of the segmentation that we need. But one thing I want to kind of highlight here, if I can bring up our cursor here, is if you notice here on the welcome message, we've got about a 1.4% open rate. And that's usually going to be around what I would expect, for those customers that are just tacitly clicking on an offer, opting in to our funnel and going through that process. So here in the welcome message, we got several emails here. So you can see that we've had a lot of opens, a lot of clicks, but the open rate and the click-through rate is fairly low. We have 15 emails that are part of this sequence here, but what we do is based on the behavior of what somebody clicks on, based on the behavior of if they open up an email, or if they don't open up an email, we then drop them into separate workflows. So I want to just kind of highlight here, you've got roughly a 4% open rate on that first email. Obviously it decreases from there, and the click-through rate's really low. If you look here in this particular number here, definitely under 1%. So I'm going to go back here and give you an example of what happens once we do segmentation. So if you notice up here, and I'll go ahead and draw an arrow to it, these are open rates once we've segmented that email or the audience into a specific bucket. So we essentially went from 1.5%, maybe a little less than 1.5%, to 27.8%. And just to kind of prove this works on, multiple audiences, these are 4 or 5 different audiences with different email content going to that audience, but that email content is specific to the audience and the segment of that audience. Notice that the click-through rates went from well under 1% all the way to 2.1, 2.6, 3.4%, 4.6%. So you're talking roughly 15, 20 times, 15x or a 20x engagement rate as opposed to just sending a flat email campaign. The great thing about this too is that people will respond to emails, particularly for a nurturing campaign. So in the example of this campaign, this was behavioral health, substance abuse, mental health. It really was a long pipeline, and we tried to provide a lot of valuable content, both to family members and loved ones. And I think we've kind of pioneered a lot of that space and being able to drip market and effectively nurture specifically audiences around behavioral health. So just to kind of give an example, it absolutely does work. I want to kind of bring up a few more examples here. So let me just go back here, take all these things off the screen here for you guys, and we're going to go into some examples of what I consider great content around emails. So I brought up a few examples here. This is just a great email newsletter. This is from a company called Selecta Magazine, a Latino magazine, very, very high end. You notice right away that it's a well put together email, very, very clean. Everything's compliant as far as the email campaign and mailing address, a very simple unsubscribe. Me personally, I like the simplicity of this type of email strategy. We'll give up another example here. And this is an example from a company called DistroKid. So we do a lot in the music. We're starting to do a lot in the music space, and which is a whole nother topic which we'll dive into. But as far as the email campaigns, I really like the simplicity of this, right? So DistroKid sends out an email here. Notice that I've checked out. So they've already dropped me into a segment. And they're, giving me an upsell opportunity here, which I respect. So they want to go ahead and get me to sign up for an entire year. They're going to give me a 35% discount. Very clear call to action here to go ahead and take advantage of that. Some good information here about who they are, what they do, to get some information on what other customers are saying about them. And I just like the overall look and feel of this. So they put a call to action here again at the bottom and created some scarcity around it with it expiring in 48 hours. Again, very, very simple, extremely effective, but kind of go into the example of the substance abuse and the behavioral health example we showed earlier. It's all about segmentation. So DistroKid, I signed up. Once I signed up, it dropped me into a different bucket, and based on the bucket that I was in, it sent off a separate message because I was placed in that specific audience. Only tweak I would probably make on this email here is instead of just hi ? Personalize it. So hi Shane. Looks like you've checked out DistroKid but never finished signing up. Same thing here with let's make a deal. I would do hi Shane, let's make a deal. Really kind of create a personalized email experience for them. Here's another example. I don't really like this example, but again, I'm just one opinion in a sea of opinions. This is a little spammy. I see a lot of email marketers doing this, and I see this a lot even in content marketing on blogs. Extremely short sentences, real bad capitalization. It's almost as if somebody was sending you a text message. You know, real simple. I mean, I understand the point of why they do this, but they kind of are very repetitive here on the call to action 3 times. Let's see if they have an unsubscribe link here. They do. So again, this is an example, not something that I like, but I definitely see a lot of marketers, particularly affiliate marketers, using this strategy here. And then we'll go ahead and bring up another example. This is one of the examples actually from the first platform that we showed. This is a real live example of a very well performing, a very good performing email that we sent out. So this was, thanking them for joining the community. We would give them some very valuable content on, drug overdoses, which is a huge problem right now, as many people are aware in the United States. But the cool thing about this is when they clicked on this article, a couple things happened. One, we would drop them in a separate sequence because that person had some sort of interest in the topic of overdoses. So we would definitely start sending them email content a little bit more laser focused around this particular topic. And the second thing that email marketing kind of works synergistically with is with our retargeting strategy. So obviously they're going to drop into the website. We've got different retargeting pixels, whether it be Facebook or display retargeting, push notifications, other remarketing tools, and we can even segment that traffic out based on the UTM string or the tracking code that comes from this email. So, email is just an extremely powerful tool in the context of a broader digital marketing strategy. Couple things that we always like to remind people of whenever you're doing email marketing: always get permission to email an audience. Typically that can be done through a sign-up page, similar to a shameless plug here, similar to what we've got on tdmarketingsolutions.com. And then, certainly making sure that the consumer understands that, that you're going to be emailing them, and you provide very crystal clear opt-out instructions. The second thing is create great content. That's the name of the game now. It's about really creating valuable content. I like to make this analogy. If you're in the consulting space and in digital marketing, you really have 2 types of consumers. You've got the consumer that wants to learn on their own and build this themselves, and that's fine. We want to give this information away to that audience. And then you have the businesses and the consumers that they just want to focus on their business, and they want to hire professionals like us to help scale their business. And those are the right kind of clients. But either way, we give this information out for free, and hopefully it can become very useful. Just a couple of things here. Follow us. Definitely go to tdmarketingsolutions.com. Follow us on IG at Shane M. McIntyre, or follow us on IG at T Digital Marketing Solutions. We're going to be doing 1 video a day for the next 30 days to pretty much give away a lot of great ideas, a lot of great content. If you fall into that category where you're a scale up, you need to build your business, you need to build your email marketing campaigns, your retargeting campaigns. We're a no bullshit kind of company. So just send us a DM, hit us up on Instagram, email, website, get a hold of us, and we'll get on a call and understand a little bit more about your business and how we can scale your business. Thank you again. Peace.